Hey, I can't wait anymore. Only 2 months left until June, you know. Let's discuss it when we meet next time, okay? I can't wait to take over the wedding. I'll change everything that delusional girl prepared into my plans. I'm so looking forward to it. When are you free, baby? I want to see you soon. Karen? Come on, just call me honey like you always do. Calling my name seems so formal now. We're about to get married, you know. Let's get even more lovey-dovey. I think you're chatting with the wrong person. Nope, I'm not. I just can't wait to see you, baby. Oh, right. I need to try on my dress, too. Yeah. That delusional girl who's hanging around you, what's her name again? Melanie? She's on the bigger side, so I need to alter it one size smaller. If I wear it as is, it'll be all loose and might just slip off. Imagine, that'll be so embarrassing. Baby, what's your favorite color? Pink, I guess? I knew it. It suits me, right? So let's go with pink. I'll sneakily try some samples on while at work tomorrow. Are you sure you can do that? Of course, no worries. I'll just say I'm tidying up the fitting room or something. I know everything about the venue. Easy peasy. Leave it to me. Besides, you've got to be bold if you want to hijack a wedding, right? True. By the way, what do you mean by hijacking a wedding? Did we talk about it? Oh my God, you forget? We made a promise, remember? To hijack her wedding and have our own. Ah, that's right. Are you drunk or something? Yeah, a little. I thought so. Well, I've been having a few drinks too. I get upset thinking about you with that girl, so I'm binge drinking. So you better take responsibility and come see me. I can't right now. I'm with some colleagues. If you keep this up, I'll tell my brother. Your brother? Yep, if I tell him, you'll be in big trouble. So let's meet soon and talk about the wedding. Yes, but changing the plan might cost money. I better work hard now, so I don't think we can meet soon. I'll do my best for our wedding. Aw, baby, you're so sweet, working hard for me. But don't push yourself. I can easily tweak the number and make a luxurious wedding more affordable. Can you really do that? It's all good. The owner of my wedding venue is pretty easy to sway, so a little flirting would do the magic. Oh, but don't get me wrong, I'm doing it all for us. I've been devoted to my baby all along. Thank you. Ugh, seriously, your reaction's so lame. So sorry. More importantly, tell that girl about us already. Break up with her soon. I've been faithful to you. You should be too. Or else I'm going to cry. Calm down. Let's talk about this later. I'll call you again. Well, all right. Promise me. You better keep the promise. My name is Melanie. I'm a 26-year-old preparing for the wedding with my one and only Keith in June. The exchange you just saw was with our wedding planner, Karen. She seemed to contact me by mistake, thinking I was Keith. The content of the conversation was something I couldn't just overlook. I didn't want to believe he would cheat after being together for so long. There might have been more to this than meets the eye. I wanted to believe in him more than her words, so I decided to talk to him directly, and then I learned an unexpected truth. Hi, Karen. Hi, Melanie. How are you? How may I help you today? Do you want to reschedule our next meeting? No, it's not that. Is it about changing the plan? If it's about changing the menu, we can discuss it here. If it's about the setup, I'd prefer to discuss it in person. Well, I want to change my dress to pink and one size smaller. Also, a bit of alterations to the setup. And I heard it could be much cheaper. Is that right? Please look into it. Excuse me? What are you talking about? Oh, did I get something wrong? You were talking about this just yesterday. Me? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, was that about the wedding plan for you and Keith? Sorry, I got confused. What? I have no idea what you're saying. No use trying to hide it now. I know everything. Seriously, what's this about? You accidentally sent all the details to me. No way. Can you check your chat history? Oh, damn. Well, this just makes things easier then. You should break up with him soon. Someone like you, who's not exactly pretty, isn't a match for him. Plus, he'd be happier with me than with you. Ugh, do you even realize the unprofessionalism of what you're doing as a wedding planner? What's wrong with it? I'm just trying to marry the person I love. I'm a woman before I'm a wedding planner. What's wrong with being in love and wanting to be with the one I love? He's my fiancé to begin with. It's just wrong to get involved with him. What can I do? It was love at first sight. When you guys came to tour the venue for the first time, I was struck by lightning. I thought it was fate. Then I found out he works for the big corporation, Universal Gate. It was like the final piece of the puzzle. I had to make him mine. So you made a move on him. Don't say it like that. He noticed my charm. During the meeting, he kept looking into my eyes and sending me passionate glances. It's pretty normal to look at someone when you're talking to them, right? Is that all your basis? You sound like a love-struck teenager. It doesn't sound like something an adult would do. No, you don't get it. Those eyes were burning with love. You just can't see it because you're a failure as a woman. That's not true. But he reacted to me. He's going to leave you and marry me. He said he prefers beautiful me over an ugly duckling like you. Did he really say that? Yes, he's mine. Haha, you just can't admit it, huh? This is his true feeling. No way. Finally, you understand, right? Just give up and break up with him. He wouldn't do something like this. I won't give up. I still believe in him. Believing doesn't cut it, you know. If you think about it rationally, I'm obviously a better choice than an old lady like you. So back off. I won't believe it until I hear it from him. There's no way he'd choose a crazy woman like you. He's a faithful guy. Let me give you some advice, lady. There's no such thing as certainty in this world, and the beautiful ones always win. No matter how faithful a guy is, he'll fall for my charm. Ready to admit defeat? I'm telling you, Karen, you're going down. Haha, you'd better reconsider. If you do that, he could lose his job, you know. What do you mean? I'm glad you asked. You see, I have a big brother who's 17 years older than me, and guess what? He's Keith's boss at work. When I found out where he worked, I was surprised. My brother absolutely adores me, so if I tell him anything bad about Keith, it'll end his career. I mean, he's practically the CEO's right-hand man. No way. You can't get away with doing something like that. Who are you to say what's allowed? I won't follow your rules. You've been annoying. I'll never let you take Keith from me. Sure. I don't need you to let him go. He's already mine. I bet he's coming home late again today. He's meeting me. Oh, I'm so excited. Finally, tonight. After this, I continued to receive messages and calls from Karen, like, he hates you, and break up. In addition to that, there were a few days where I found harassment signs and dozens of letters at my home and office. While it was disturbing enough on the phone, having it reach my workplace started to affect my personal life. I experienced mental health issues and became fearful of going outside. Worried about me, Keith decided to tell me the truth. Upon hearing it, my anger toward her began to boil over. It's about time you face some consequences. Not just for me, but all my colleagues are getting annoyed with the signs at my workplace. Can you please stop this harassment? I'll stop if you break up with Keith. It's understandable that someone like you, who's not the best looking, is clinging to him for fear of not finding anyone else. Give it up already. You're still saying that? I have no intention of breaking up with him, and he says the same thing. So, it's you who should give up. Ugh, you're such a sore loser. I'll tell my brother and get him fired. See, if you don't leave him soon, it'll cause trouble for him. What you're saying is impossible. Your brother's indeed his boss, but he's not the CEO's right-hand man. Ha! What are you saying? What do you know? I'm getting the information directly from him. Are you saying he's lying to me? Yes, that's exactly it. He's just putting up a front and telling lies. What's your basis? If I talk about it, it'll take a while. Is that okay? Don't beat around the bush, just spill it. I saw the messages you sent to Keith. What? How dare you invade his privacy? It's not an invasion. I got his consent, of course. When I was suffering mentally because of your harassment, he told me the truth. At that time, he showed me the chat history. Seriously? Yes, I read every word. So I know that you threatened him, telling him to be with you or lose his job. You even implied that something would happen to me if he refused. That's a serious crime, you know. It's extortion. Shut up. That's nothing to do with my brother lying. Wait, there's more to the story, so listen carefully. We took this evidence to his CEO and had a direct conversation with him. There's no way an employer would fire someone for that. Then, to my surprise, the CEO turned out to be my childhood friend's big brother. What a coincidence, isn't it? And get this, the person who works as his right-hand man is my childhood friend. The world sure is a small place. Huh? Wait, didn't you say before that your big brother is the right-hand man? My childhood friend has 2 brothers and no sister. Something's not adding up here. Oh my God, so is my brother really lying? Then what's his title? He's Keith's boss, but just a regular employee. He has no power to fire anyone. No way. But it doesn't really matter. As the authority of the wedding venue staff, your wedding is now mine. Your fiancé, dress, and everything else, they're all mine. No matter what anyone says, Keith and I are getting married. If we push through with it, I win. He says he wants to marry me. He chooses me over an old lady like you. Wait, we're already married. What? Who's the guy? Of course, it's Keith. We got married yesterday. Because you were so persistent, we thought it was better to get married first and make it official. What the heck? So he isn't going to be mine? Right. In fact, he never had any intention of being yours. He couldn't outright refuse you because you kept threatening him that you'd do something to me. So he won't marry me? No, he said he'd never marry you. Well, then forget it. I'll give him back to you. I don't want a guy who won't love me anyway. That's incredibly rude. Don't contact me anymore, okay? Do you really think you can just walk away like nothing ever happened? I'm letting you have him, so it's over. Anyway, you used this sneaky tactic of getting married ahead of me for that purpose, didn't you? Of course not, and I'm going to claim damages from you. Damages? I didn't have an affair and have no reason to pay you anything. Compensation for the trouble, defamation, and emotional distress. I want $10,000 for the harassment you caused and another $20,000 for my workplace for the destruction of property. Plus, you harassed Keith as well. You acted like a stalker, right? So, I'll need another $10,000 for him. Goddamn, I can't afford that much. But why? I only wanted to make the guy I love mine. You should pay damages for taking my loved one. You used such a lame method by getting married ahead of me. You didn't have the courage to fight fair because you're so much less attractive than me, coward. You say I took him away from you, but he was my fiancé in the first place. And I didn't want to have my wedding where there's someone so crazy as a staff. I explained everything to your boss and asked for the wedding to be cancelled. Wait, you talked to my boss? Of course. It's outrageous that a wedding planner would make advances on someone else's fiancé, right? Besides, you mentioned some pretty unacceptable things, like using your position to lower the cost. So, it's crucial to address this kind of situation promptly. No wonder my boss keeps calling me. He said if it turns out to be true after investigation, he'd fire you. He asked me to reconsider canceling the wedding. No, no, no. I don't want to get fired. Being a wedding planner was my dream. If I get fired over something like this, I won't be able to do this job anymore. Please, I apologize. Just tell him it was a misunderstanding. This is your fault, even if it was your dream job. It's so stupid to do something dishonest instead of working honestly and end up getting fired. You really should reflect on what you did. No, I can't get fired. Please, please spare me. If I lose my job, I can't pay you compensation. At the very least, tell him it was a misunderstanding. No way. I can't risk having you do the same to someone else. I promise I'll never do it, so please, forgive me. I just want to keep my job. Why don't you explain it to your boss, not me? Well, even if you lose your job, make sure you pay the compensation. I'll also send an official letter to your family. Don't even think about running away. I'm really sorry. I won't do this again, so please spare me. Please let me go. Afterward, the venue decided to terminate Karen and offered to cover 75% of the wedding expenses as compensation. After discussing it with Keith and our families, we decided to go ahead since we didn't have any complaints about the actual venue. We settled with Karen on a payment plan for the compensation. From what I hear, she's been struggling to find a job and is working part-time day and night. Her youthful appearance from back then has apparently aged significantly. As for the liar of her brother, I hear he's been demoted due to poor work performance and has become estranged from Keith. It's a relief that the connection to a dishonest person has been severed from him. We finished our wedding and now we're actively searching for a new home.
How could you show up after what you did? I didn't know you were such a brave person, Heidi.
I didn't know you were such a terrible person either. I just came to my father's funeral. I didn't expect you to pour a bucket of water on me.
The look on your face? It was amazing. You were frozen.
Of course, anyone would freeze. I got a bucket of water splashed as soon as I got there. None of those taxis wanted me to get in after that. I had a friend in the neighborhood who helped me.
You should have caught a cold or something. That's what you get for having the nerve to attend a funeral.
That doesn't make any sense at all. What's wrong with a daughter coming to her father's funeral? I don't remember doing anything to be kicked out.
Huh? You are after your father's inheritance.
Huh? My father's inheritance?
A funeral is a place to mourn the deceased. Those people who are after money should be kicked out. You deserve it.
I was there to mourn the death of my father. I was not there for his inheritance.
You're lying. We haven't heard from you at all until now. You came to the funeral all of a sudden. You were there for his inheritance.
It's true. I never visited my parents. I didn't keep in touch with my father. But that was a comfortable distance between us.
Huh? It's crazy not to see your parents for decades. You came to your father's funeral for the inheritance.
No, I told you so many times. A lot was going on between my father and me. I'll explain everything, just listen to me first.
No way. I'm not listening to a lousy person. You're after your parents' inheritance because you don't have a college degree.
Huh?
I heard that you're a high school dropout. So, you don't make enough money, right? That's why you want more money.
I indeed dropped out of high school, but I don't like it when people assume I'm poor based on my education.
Please don't get mad at me because I'm telling the truth. Your attitude makes you more miserable.
Huh?
You need to leave now. You have no right to be here.
All right, take care of the rest.
Don't come back.
I didn't think you were this clueless. Don't you ever show your face in front of us again. I'm really sorry about earlier. I didn't expect Luna to do something like that. If you feel sorry for me, kick Luna out of the funeral now. I won't be able to see my father if she's there. I know, but I'm sorry. You have to give up this time. Huh? Luna took care of Dad by herself for a long time. I left most of the work to Luna because I had to work. She's the one who took care of him till the end. So please understand Luna's feelings. So you're saying I forced my sister-in-law to care for my father? From Luna's point of view, yes. You guys decided to live with Dad and take care of everything, didn't you? I gave some money in advance to pay for the nursing home, and you know that, right? You didn't have to move in with Dad if you had used that money. Well, I could have done that, but I spent that money. What? I got the money from Dad. Then I fell into temptation. I thought it would be all right if I spent a little bit. Huh? I quickly spent more than half of it, when I realized it was not enough for Dad's nursing home. You're kidding. What kind of idiot would you be to spend all that money? That's why I took care of Dad at home. I'm sorry I spent all that money. We took care of Dad. Don't become defiant, you stupid brother. Then it's your fault that I got water dumped on me. That's why I said I'm sorry about that. I really can't believe you anymore. I set aside $80,000 and you spent over half of it? Huh? $80,000? Wait a minute. It was $30,000, right? What? The money you set aside for Dad's care. Why are you saying $80,000? What are you talking about? I made sure I had $80,000. I transferred $80,000 to Dad's account. What? Are you sure? Luna said there was only $30,000. Did she? Luna has been managing Dad's account for a long time, and when we decided to take care of him, Luna withdrew all the money and gave it to me. The amount at that time was $30,000. Then you fall into temptation and spend it. Then later you had no choice but to care for him at home. Well, something like that. That's very suspicious. I did transfer $80,000 and you got $30,000. It's also suspicious that Luna gave you the money in cash. What are you trying to say? I won't say anything right now. Check the account where the money was. Otherwise, I will tell everyone that you've used Dad's money. Hurry up. Luna, can I have a word with you? I have a question I want to ask you.
What's going on, loser?
Huh?
Didn't you tell me you never want to contact me again? How can you just send me a message? High school dropouts need more common sense.
Stop saying terrible things. I wanted to graduate from high school and go to college.
I know your situation. You couldn't go to school because your father lost his job, right? And the company you started after that became successful. Your father quickly became wealthy. Your brother Steve went to a private university.
How can you make fun of me, knowing those circumstances?
No matter what happened to you in the past, you are still a high school dropout. There's no point in me feeling sorry for you.
Huh?
You didn't visit your parents after you left. Thanks to that, they treated me like their daughter. I did my best to take care of them. Steve and I should receive Dad's inheritance. You did nothing for your dad. You are not entitled to receive it.
The word "did nothing" is offensive to me. It's true that I never visited my parents and I didn't take care of them, but I did pay $80,000 for the care.
Huh? How is a poor person supposed to help out?
I heard you managed my father's account. My father gave you some money for a nursing home, right? I transferred that money to my father.
What?
I dropped out of high school, but I worked longer. I had more money saved up than other people my age. I couldn't care for him, so I transferred the money to him.
Is that right?
So it's not like I didn't do anything.
But it wasn't enough. That money was gone in an instant with today's nursing home expenses.
Is that so?
Yes, it's so expensive. So you didn't do anything, right? All the inheritance belongs to Steve and I, right?
Huh?
We paid for all the care expenses, so we'll get the inheritance with those expenses added on top of it. Besides, in-laws who care for the person also have the right to receive the inheritance, so there's not much left for you.
I see. That's how you and Steve monopolized my father's inheritance.
You didn't take care of him. You have no right to complain. All the inheritance belongs to Steve and me. I'm sure he saved a lot of money because he was the company president.
My father's inheritance is nothing.
What?
I'm sorry, but my father's inheritance is almost nothing. He disposed of everything before he died. He sold all the real estate and donated the money somewhere.
He donated everything?
Oh, but I guess he kept some. When I gave him the money for his care, he said he'd keep some for his funeral. So he must have some in savings and get rid of the rest.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? Did he donate his money? That can't be true. Your father was the president of a company. He owns some real estate. His assets must be several $100 million.
Did you calculate my father's assets?
I should be aware of his assets. I don't believe you. Your father has 2 children who are entitled to inherit the estate. Did he ignore his children and sell all of his real estates?
He got rid of it because he was thinking of Steve and me. He wanted everything to be fair between his children.
What does that mean?
My father was very considerate of me.
I don't understand it. Thinking of his children? And that he got rid of his assets?
You know I'm a high school dropout. My father felt the worst about it. He felt it was his fault that his daughter had to suffer so much. So when my younger brother Steve graduated from college, he gave me all the money he had spent on Steve's tuition in one lump sum.
All of them?
Steve went to a private school from high school. He went to a famous private university. That alone cost him more than $1 million.
And you received all of that in one lump sum?
I also got my car. So it's about $200,000.
That much?
He gave me all the money he spent on Steve. And he told me not to worry about him. Because he put me through a lot. He told me if I had time to visit him, I should spend that time and money on myself. He would manage all his assets so we could avoid fighting over his inheritance.
Huh?
He was traumatized by the trouble he caused when Steve and I were kids. And I took my father's word and did what made me happy.
Oh no, that can't be true. Then why did I live with him and take care of him? You didn't do anything and you got more. I've worked so hard for him.
What? You guys are the ones who decided to live with him and take care of him. My father didn't ask you guys to do that. I even gave him money for his care. He could have gone to a nursing home, but you didn't choose those options.
What do you mean you didn't choose? We didn't have a choice. I didn't want him to live away from his family, and most of all, we didn't have enough money.
Of course not. I gave my father $80,000. You understand how much money that is, right?
But...
I decided to do this when I got the money from my father. I told him not to worry about the past. My father was working so hard to make the company absolutely successful. I was saving up so that he could enjoy his retirement as much as possible. So, I saved up the $80,000. Then I told him I wanted to show him my appreciation. I transferred the money to my father's account.
But it wasn't enough. $80,000 would be gone in no time for his care. I thought I could pay off the money I took out when I got the inheritance. In fact, I thought it would be more than enough. Am I the only one losing out after all my hard work?
Huh?
Don't be so arrogant with $80,000. That's not that much. You should have at least $100 million to provide for your parents' retirement.
Wait a minute, Luna. $80,000? You only gave me $30,000.
What?
Seriously, what's going on? You gave me $30,000 saying you withdrew the entire amount, right? What's $80,000?
Wait. Who are you? Steve? Why are you messaging me?
My sister told me to check the account transaction history, so I did. And I came to my sister to talk about it. What's going on, Luna?
Wait, account history? Did you look at that?
Yeah, I saw it all. He had $80,000 in it, and it was being withdrawn frequently. Then the balance became $30,000 in no time. What does this mean?
Oh no, that...
You said it was a hassle to withdraw money for nursing care every time. You gave me $30,000 in cash to avoid withdrawing each time. You said I should have it all because I was Dad's son. Was there $80,000?
Let's see.
I can understand why you'd be excited with that much money. I use that money, so I can't speak for others.
What? Did you spend that money too?
But I only spent about $10,000. But you spent $50,000. And you withdrew it from your father-in-law's account without permission. That's a bit much.
No. Wait, listen to me. I was a little tired, so I went for retail therapy. I didn't intend to spend this much.
You've got to be kidding me. Do you think you can get away with that excuse?
What the hell? I mean, it doesn't matter how much I spent. You did the same thing.
Huh? $10,000 and $50,000 are totally different.
It's the same. It's not my fault.
That's enough. I'm going back there now. We're going to have a discussion. Of course, I'll consider divorce.
What? Divorce?
This is all your fault. I'll make you take responsibility.
This shouldn't be true. It's not just my fault, but Steve wants a divorce. He said he's divorcing me if I didn't return the $50,000.
Are you going to be able to do that?
Of course not.
Oh dear.
He shouldn't have donated all his money. I spent it all thinking I'd be okay with the inheritance. But there's no estate, no nothing.
You and Steve are so pathetic. It doesn't matter how much you guys spent. You both used my parents' money for retirement. You two need to apologize to each other.
I'd like that too. But Steve says it's all my fault. He was planning to build a new house with his inheritance. He needs to pay for the architect soon.
What? A new house?
I didn't know about it. Steve blames it all on me. Heidi, please lend me some money. You have more savings than anyone your age, right? Do you still have some money left?
Yes, I do. I still have some left, but I won't give you a penny.
Oh no!
According to you, I was a high school dropout loser. I don't know what will happen anytime soon, and I can't give you that precious money, can I?
Oh no, it's just that...
So you two do your best, okay? I'm sure you'll be able to handle it since you guys think alike. After that, I found out Luna spent all the $50,000 on a casino, and Steve spent all on online games. They both have gambling addictions. They were relying on my father's inheritance. Steve had to cancel the plans to build a new house, but they had to pay for the architect who had already started making the blueprint. So they lost all the money they had. They did not get divorced. They are still living as a couple with no savings and many arguments.
My name is Kate. I'm 25 years old and work in the office. I am newlywed and live with my husband Tristan. We decided to buy a house at the same time we got married, partly because of a loan. We have to go to a real estate agency every weekend to look for land. And in addition, we are living with my parents-in-law for the time being until the house is ready. However, my sister-in-law Josie, who has come to live with us, is a very troublesome person. She is 22 years old and a college student. She is 8 years younger than Tristan, who is 30 years old. So both Tristan and his parents have always pampered her. Thanks to that, she grew up to be an incredibly self-centered girl. I didn't think it would be a big deal because we'd only be living together for a short period of time. But now, Josie has done it again. Josie, hey. What is it? I'm busy talking with my friends. If it's not important, I don't have time. It's important. You took clothes from my room again, didn't you? I told you not to take clothes from my room without permission, and I'd lend them to you if you asked me. If you do it again, I'm gonna put the lock on the door. Please be more thoughtful. It's not important at all. What's with that tone of voice? Who do you think you are? I'm Kate, your brother's wife. You have a big attitude. It makes me angry when people are condescending. You think you can tell me what to do just because you're Kate? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm asking you not to take my clothes. I don't like it when you do that. It bothers me more when you act like you're the big shot. You came as the wife, and we let you live in our house, right? How can you behave like that? I'm only living here because Tristan asked me to do so for a short time, so I wouldn't care if I were kicked out. I'm more worried about people taking my clothes without my permission. No matter how much we're sisters-in-law, there's a certain etiquette. Think about how it feels to have someone break into your room and take your stuff. What's with that tone? You're acting like I stole them. That's exactly how I feel. You're being cheeky, even for a wife. You're the wife and your belongings are mine. And being the daughter of the house, I'm more important than you. As a wife, you have no right to disobey me. Isn't this common knowledge? No, it can't be. Josie, you have a very old-fashioned way of thinking for someone so young. Wife, well, that's fine. Don't take things without permission. When I came home from work that day, Josie didn't even make eye contact with me. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because I thought that as long as we moved, we wouldn't have to see each other so much. I had never said anything before, but Josie's behavior was becoming more and more vicious, and I was so numb that I finally said something today. Even after we decided to get married, things have been so hectic that we haven't been able to have a wedding. Since we were not even going on our honeymoon, my husband suggested that we splurge on a wedding dress and tuxedo and have them custom made. I visited the store many times to take measurements and discuss designs and spent every day feeling excited.
One evening, 1 month before the wedding, I received a phone call from the store that made my dress. "Did your dress and tuxedo arrive safely?" I panicked. When I asked for more details, they said that Josie had come to the store. She told them that the wedding was suddenly moved up. She said that her brother and his wife were too busy to come out, that she had come to pick it up. The staff at the store believed her story and gave Josie the dress and tuxedo. After talking about how to handle it, I hung up the phone and rushed to call Josie to ask where she was. "Josie, where are you? Pick up the phone. Where on earth are you?" "Oh, Kate, I'm sorry. I didn't notice the message. I'm a little excited and it's so noisy around here. I'm really busy right now. What do you want? If it's just another stupid story, I'd appreciate it if you'd refrain from telling me." "It's important and I'm in a hurry. Where are you?" "At school, of course. I told you about the school festival today, didn't I? It's already so exciting and awesome." "You're not wearing my dress at the school festival, are you?" "What? Yes, I am. What about it?" "What do you mean, what about it? That dress is what I'm wearing at my wedding, okay? There's no way you can wear it without permission." "Yeah, because I promised my friends that I would attend in costume. But I couldn't get the costume ready in time, so I had no choice. It fits perfectly and looks just right. I've always thought we have similar body types, but I didn't realize the dress fits perfectly too." "There is no I had no choice. Just hurry up and come home. You can't use that dress for something like the school festival." "Huh? Did you say something like for the school festival? I'm sure an old lady like you wouldn't understand. For college students, the school festival is a fun party once a year. It's a very important day for everyone to dress up and have fun. It's as important as your wedding." "No way. There are 4 school festivals but only 1 wedding. Hurry up and give it back." "No! The school festival isn't over yet. Oh, you piss me off. I'm going to wear this dress to the after-festival party and all the drinking parties. I'm sure even the dress will be more pleased to see me in it, young and pretty, than to see you in it. I'd like to get back to having fun, so don't bother me." In the end, Josie didn't return until early in the morning. The dress she returned was black, and the lace was so worn out that there was not a trace of it left. The tuxedo had been lent to someone else and was badly stained from spilled alcohol, and some of the decorations had been removed. Even though I had been saying that it would be fine if they came back safely, I was furious when I saw the condition of the dress and tuxedo. We both sat on the floor and I yelled at her. Josie cried and kept making excuses, saying, But. In the end, Josie said, "My big brother is my only big brother. I want to wear a custom-made dress," she cried, and locked herself up in her room. Tristan also said that if she wants to wear a dress so badly, he'll do something about it for her wedding. He is defending Josie and accusing me of being in the wrong. I don't know what Tristan is thinking. In the end, we settled the matter by asking my in-laws to shoulder the cost of the dress. I can't get over how angry I am. The store admitted their fault and said they would make a new dress for me. But I don't want to make a new dress with the same design. In a picture of Josie at the school festival, you can see her in the dress I was going to wear. I didn't want to have the same design. I really liked it so much, I was really in shock. I couldn't stay depressed all the time, so I tried to snap out of it. The next day, during my lunch break, I received a message from my mother-in-law. "Kate, can I talk to you for a minute?" "Yes, okay. What is it?" "It's about the dress we talked about today." "You're talking about the wedding dress that's being remade, right? Is something wrong?" "I talked it over with your father-in-law, and he doesn't think it's right to spend thousands of dollars on a dress." What? What do you mean?" I think that since you're the bride-to-be, you should be modest. If you have to redo the dress, you have to postpone the wedding, don't you? That would be inconvenient for everyone, wouldn't it? I want you to be the adult here. It's just a wedding.
Just a wedding? It's a once-in-a-lifetime big day. Can you say the same thing at Josie's wedding?
Well...
You can't say that, can you? She's your cute daughter, right?
But you're not Josie.
Huh?
I want to spend as much money as I want for Josie's wedding without compromising. But you're not Josie. You're the wife. A wife who's not even a blood relative and is the least important in the family. It's outrageous to challenge your mother-in-law. You need to think about the position you're in.
You're the one who needs to think about the position you're in. I've asked for reimbursement for the wedding dress, and I'm willing to charge you 100% of the amount.
What do you mean?
You said thousands of dollars for the dress, but the truth is that it would cost me well over $20,000.
$20,000? Was the dress that expensive?
That's right. Even rentals are in the thousands of dollars range. He didn't want to trouble his parents and Josie, so my husband asked me to give you a discount, so I had no choice but to do so.
We can't pay that kind of money. It's just a wedding, right? There's no way a wife would be allowed such extravagance. And if it's that important, you should keep better track of it.
No, Josie went all the way to the store, you know. And she even told an elaborate lie. And you still want to say it's my fault?
That's right. You just went and married Tristan on your own without thinking how Josie would miss him. It's your fault for trying to enjoy the luxuries of being a wife while leaving Josie, our daughter, behind.
I understand. If you insist, I have an idea.
What? What idea?
I'll stop by the police station on my way home.
The police? Wait, what do you mean? What are you going to do?
What you ask? I'm going to file a damage report. Josie has taken a lot of things from me in the past, and on top of that, the price of this dress is out of comparison.
But it's your fault!
That means you're not paying for the dress, is that correct? Well then, I'll report it to the police with that in mind.
Wait a minute! I was out of line! I'll pay for the dress, just not the police.
Okay, I understand. But for now, I'll notify Tristan and my father-in-law about this.
Huh? I said I'll pay, so that's fine. So just forget about it. At least, don't tell your father-in-law. I'll get in trouble.
Feel free to get in a lot of trouble. I ignored her and called Tristan and my father-in-law right away. That was the end of my lunch break. When I returned to my parents' house after work, my mother-in-law seemed to have been squeezed hard by my father-in-law, and she became quiet for the time being. Because we were both busy with work, we had to postpone the wedding for 4 months, but we managed to get a nicer dress, and the wedding went off without a hitch. Well, Josie was in a bad mood the whole time. We then proceeded to quickly look for land, and a year later, the house was finally completed. It was finally moving day. Unfortunately, it was also Josie's wedding day. What's that? I received a message from the bride, Josie.
What the hell are you doing?
Josie, oh, did you get our present? Sorry, I couldn't make it to the wedding. I was told I couldn't get the house key until the day of the wedding. Sorry it's by text, but congratulations on your wedding. I hope it'll be the best ceremony ever.
You've got to be kidding. My brother said he'd make me a custom-made dress. This is a child's toy.
Even children's toys are amazing these days. They're so carefully made.
You even came to our house and took my measurements. What's going on?
What? The dress I sent you didn't fit you? I'm sorry. Did I make a mistake in the measurements?
Or did you get fat? You know, you have to manage your figure properly. You did it on purpose, didn't you? I'll never forgive you. You messed up my wedding. Screw you. I'm the one who should say screw you. I should have said it a long time ago. You ruined my wedding first, didn't you, Josie? It was your fault we had to move the wedding date. I had to call all kinds of places and apologize. It was a lot of work. I paid for it and apologized. That was the end of the matter, wasn't it? Why are you taking revenge on me? Your father paid for it, didn't he? And I'm the one who sent you that dress. But it wasn't me who said I'd get even with you. Huh? Who else but you? There is someone. You ruined my and whose wedding? You don't mean my brother? Bingo! You're right. Too bad your big brother won't be at the wedding and he's going to get his revenge like this. Oh no! My big brother? He said he'd buy it for me. Didn't he buy the dress because he forgave me? I thought that's what he was saying at the time too. But he said he'd been thinking of doing this to you when you got married. It seems you were the only one who thought they could let bygones be bygones. Since that day, Tristan has been looking for an opportunity to get revenge without me, my in-laws, or you finding out about it. But he was always so nice to me even after that. Was that all a lie? Was it all an act? That's right. But, so after getting back at me like this, I'm forgiven, right? It's all water under the bridge, and he'll go back to being my kind brother again, won't he? Yeah, that's impossible. He's right next to me, but he says he despises you, Josie. It's like he still hasn't forgiven you. Well, I don't want to be involved with you ever again, so I won't give you the address of our new house. And I wish you a long and happy life. Oh, and don't go crying to Mom and Dad and try to get our address. What? Why should I? If you do, I told them I'll stop sending money to them. Sending money? Well, I told them that if we rent an apartment while we build the house, I wouldn't be able to send them money. So they asked us to move in with them until the house was built. That's a lie! You guys were living with us because you were in financial trouble. I know that, you know. You just came to that conclusion on your own, right, Josie? Don't get all delusional on me. You've been so arrogant with me. What belongs to the wife belongs to me. I'm more important than the wife, the daughter of the family. That's... You wanted me and Tristan to get divorced, but my parents bought the land for our new house, and if we weren't married, I wouldn't be able to send them the amount of money I'm sending them now. It was Tristan and your mom and dad who would suffer if we got divorced. You're lying! I'm sorry, but it's true. Hold on. I don't want to never see my brother again. I want to apologize to my brother one more time. Let me apologize, please. I can't do that. If you had apologized to me back then, none of this would have happened. Anyway, I hope the wedding goes well. See you later. Wait, Kate! I said wait! According to what I heard from my mother-in-law who complained to me later, Josie was 6 months pregnant and the wedding hall did not have a dress that would fit her size. So she had no choice but to wear a dress that was too big for her belly. My mother-in-law said the moment the bride entered the room, the attendees were so embarrassed that their faces went red. Josie started crying in the middle of the reception, and the wedding was a mess. In the end, Josie also sent me a message asking me to let her meet with Tristan and to pay for the wedding. So I stopped sending money to my in-laws. Instead, I sent them a bill for everything that Josie had stolen from me. My father-in-law immediately called Tristan to apologize, but he brushed it off, saying that he had already told her repeatedly. And Josie, who had caused the incident, was told by her father to never come back to her parents' house again. When Josie found out she was pregnant right after graduating from college, she turned down a job offer from a company that had offered her a position. It seems that she was counting on her parents' support, but there was no way her parents could afford it, and it turned out that her plans had failed. I know she had no way of knowing that her own family was in flames, but even so, what she did to me was unforgivable. I feel a little sorry for her, but let's hope she accepts this as retribution for what she has done. As for me, I will finally be able to live a comfortable life in my own home, which I have longed for. I realized how comfortable life is when I don't have to worry about my insane sister-in-law. Now we are enjoying a quiet life together as a couple. I no longer have to send money to my parents-in-law, and it would be nice to welcome a new member to the family.
Good morning, sis. Do you have time tomorrow? Can you come shopping with me? Let's have dinner as well. Hey, Alex. Good morning. I don't mind, but don't you want to go out with your fiancé, Yvette? Isn't it kind of sad to go shopping with your sister right before your wedding? Come on, who cares? You're back temporarily from overseas for my wedding, and you're flying back the next day of my wedding, so let's have some time together. Yeah, I guess you're right. Nice. Let's meet up at the south gate of A Station at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Sounds good. I knew you were cheating on me, Alex. I knew you were lying when you told me you're having dinner with your sister. Who is this woman? We're having our wedding this weekend. How dare you? I'm gonna make that cheating bitch pay. All taken care of. I landed a pretty good punch. It felt so good to see her knocked out with a nice sound. Hey, Alex. Your flirt is obviously an older woman if you look at her up close. I'm a better woman than that old hag, right? That's why you chose me as your future wife. So I'll still marry you, but you'll have to break up with her today and pay me $10,000 in compensation. And also, I'm gonna keep an eye on you so you won't cheat on me ever again. We will live with my parents so that we can all monitor you. And I'll be managing your money. Alex, you won't have any say in this matter. Got it? Now, let go of that woman. And get down on your knees and apologize for cheating on me. Hey, Yvette. Where the hell are you? Hey, Alex. Where am I now? I won't tell you. I'll tell you when you're ready to apologize. What are you talking about? I saw your text earlier. What on earth did you misunderstand? Huh? What misunderstanding? I clearly caught you cheating with my own eyes. It's too late to be making any excuse now. It was my sister who was with me. I told you about her this morning when I leave the house. Enough with the excuses. Your sister is chubbier with longer hair. She doesn't have short hair with great figure, does she? How can I mistake her for your sister? My sister went on a diet while working overseas. Huh? After she lost some weight, she wanted to have a sporty look, so she cut her hair. What? You know, you must think I'm stupid to believe all that. Huh? No, we talked about this before, remember? When we talked about my sister's life abroad. I get it. It was all a setup to mislead me into thinking you're not cheating. What the? That makes you even more an asshole. It's not like that. Cut the crap already and apologize for cheating on me. I said I'll marry you as long as you get down on your knees, apologize, and accept the conditions I gave you earlier. Beg for forgiveness before I change my mind. I didn't cheat on you. Huh? Are you still saying that? The one who was with me was my sister. It was my sister you mistook for someone else and punched with all your might. Why didn't you ask me first? I mean, my sister and I both look like our dad, so it's easy to see the resemblance in our faces. Especially now that she has lost weight and cut her hair, she looks a lot like me. It should be really easy to tell we're siblings. You should have checked before you suddenly punch her. Whatever, you cheater. You keep making excuses. Do you not want to marry me? So, you're saying that if I'm willing to apologize to you, you'll tell me where you are. Oh, so you're ready to be sorry. Fine. I'll need to take a picture of you on your knees, so I'll tell you. I'm on the train to my parents' house. I'll be there in about 30 minutes. And you're coming as well. We'll talk about moving in with my parents there. So get moving and don't forget to bring the $10,000. Hey, Alex, are you on the way yet? Shut up. Excuse me? I reported what happened to the police. What's wrong with you? Oh well, I guess I'll have to tell your sister on you. I can get her to confirm you're cheating on me. Good evening, sis. I'm Yvette, Alex's fiancée. It's been a year since we met face-to-face a year ago. Anyway, can you believe Alex was cheating on me? He even lied he was seeing you. Don't you think it's terrible to use your sister's name to cheat? Surely, as a woman, you understand how hurt I am, right? He needs to learn a lesson, don't you think? So, can you tell him to apologize and pay me $10,000? Are you there? Why aren't you saying anything? Oh no, are you taking his side? Don't tell me you're taking the side of that bitch. No way. You're not going to cancel your brother's wedding just like that, are you? Thought you'd be smarter since you work overseas. I'm really disappointed. Wait, are you actually teaming up with him to file a police report on me? But he's the one to be blamed here. I just fought off the cheating woman. There would be no point in reporting anything. Just as I expected, Yvette. What the hell were you thinking? My sister can't respond to you because of the concussion she had by being punched by you, so I'm checking her phone for her. Huh? Another lie. I'll answer your question for her. Yes, I did file a report. What? I already told you. Your parents are already informed as well, and there will be no more engagement or wedding. I told them that I have no intention of accepting a settlement. Wait, you're saying that was your sister? Did you think I was bluffing? But... Alex, my mom and dad got mad at me. I'm locked in my room until the police comes. It's not fair. It was just a little misunderstanding. You wouldn't want your fiancé arrested like this, right? I'm sure your sister wouldn't want this for her future sister-in-law either. Alex, do you not want to marry me? I'll forgive your sister for her misleading behavior. So don't do anything crazy like filing a police report. That way you can marry me. My parents will calm down for sure too. Answer me, Alex. Are you really okay with this? If you want to marry me. I don't. Huh? Goodbye. What do you mean? Sis, can we talk? Sure, Alex. I'm fine now. I've recovered from the concussion. The swelling on my cheek is gone. The cut in my mouth is fine now. I'm sorry for worrying you so much. No, I'm the one who needs to apologize. I almost married her without realizing she was such a terrible person. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused. So she... Yeah, I did file a report, as you already know. Even her parents encouraged me filing it. Uh-huh. This could be a harsh punishment for a young woman like her, and I'm sure she's going to have a hard time. But if she doesn't understand the root of the problem and doesn't show any remorse, then it can't be helped. You're right. Now, everything is taken care of, including the cancellation of the engagement. Yvette's parents paid for the monetary damages for the daughter committing an assault, as well as the cancellation fee for the wedding, saying they would eventually collect the money from Yvette. Is that so? They also promised to keep Yvette on a leash so that she won't come see us unannounced. So don't worry. Then, I guess that settles it, right? Yes, I think so. By the way, when are you leaving Japan? Huh? Because of the hospitalization, your company let you stay in Japan a little longer, right? Yes, I'll be in Japan for another week or so. Why don't we get something to eat before you go back? Sounds nice. I want to go too. Can we go to a pub? Sure, but I'll treat you so we can go somewhere more expensive if you want. Maybe someplace fancy, like a French restaurant. I want to have a casual chat with you, so not anywhere too fancy. Alright, then let's go to my favorite place. The snacks as well as the drinks are really good there. Oh, that sounds great. You can count on me. Yep, I'm looking forward to it. A few days later, Yvette's parents called me again to apologize. They said they wanted to let me know about Yvette's situation just for your information. They told me that Yvette had been placed in the care of their strict relatives. They live in an isolated place that could not be reached without a long train and bus rides. Her phone and internet access were taken away as well. In a place where there is almost no entertainment, she is trying to straighten herself out while helping her relatives with their work and paying back money to her parents. Hopefully, this will make her a better person. As for me and my sister, we went to the pub like we promised. That's when my sister said to me, "People can suddenly turn into a completely different person. For self-defense, we should cultivate an eye for people." Hearing that truly enlightening words, I vowed that the next time I meet someone, I will introduce that person to my sister first.
Beth, seriously? What's going on here? This is unbelievable. What are these in the fridge? These juicy looking pieces of steak.
Melinda? In the fridge? Wait, are you at my house again?
Yes. Do you have a problem?
How did you even get in?
A spare key. If I don't come regularly, you'll start slacking off on your duties as a wife. I have to check if you're doing the housework properly.
Oh, God. But you returned the spare key the other day, right? I wanted you to stop going inside the house without permission. Why do you still have it? Oh, wait.
I asked Josh to give it back to me. Having it is just more convenient in case something happens.
It had to be him. I kind of figured.
He really is such a sweet boy, isn't he? Total opposite of the inconsiderate daughter-in-law who tries to snatch it away and lock me out.
Lock you out or not, it's not your house. Listen, Melinda, I understand the convenience of having a spare key in case of emergencies, but could you please stop coming in unannounced while we're not home? We've mentioned this several times. And not to mention, you've been rummaging through the fridge, the drawers, and even cooking and doing laundry without permission. We also have our own privacy and way of doing things at home, so
why should I need your permission to enter my son's house? Do you have something to hide? Are you up to no good? I'm so suspicious now that I'm going to search the whole house.
We'd appreciate it if you'd stop rummaging through our home. There's nothing of your interest to find, and it's a waste of your time.
Geez, calling my kindness a waste? I'm worried about my son for having a less than perfect wife. I'm just checking to make sure you're taking good care of him and my little grandson. I'm pointing out things out of kindness, you know. Show a little more appreciation.
Sorry.
Honestly, you're always so defiant. Anyway, what about these steaks in the fridge?
They are from my relatives. They really enjoyed them, so they kindly gave us some to try.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking why there are 3 pieces. That's weird, right?
What do you mean? What's weird about it? We're a family of 3, you know.
Ugh, seriously? You're planning to eat the same premium stuff as Josh? Haven't I said it many times? A wife's job is to share the best things with her husband and children while being content with leftovers. You shouldn't indulge in the same luxuries. You should know your place as a wife. You're greedy and unbecoming. I'll take one home, all right?
No, why would you do that? I mean, I've been thinking about this for a while, but your logic is strange, isn't it? If you're letting me not to enjoy luxuries because I'm a wife, then doesn't the same apply to you? You're a wife as well, right? I feel like you're more greedy than me.
Stop talking back to me. My husband is deceased, and my son is a grown man, so it doesn't apply to me. Besides, I was trained this way by my late mother-in-law when I became a wife. Once you become a wife, family comes first, and your own priorities come last. I had to endure eating leftovers, being the last to go to bed, and not spending any money on myself. I couldn't even have a tiny bit of luxury. But that's what I was taught being a wife was all about, so I endured it.
Huh? But in your case, while you were pregnant with Josh, you didn't listen to the doctor and ate all sorts of things. And you almost got gestational diabetes. Then Josh's late grandma temporarily restricted your diet. After giving birth, you indulged in eating as a hobby. You also loved sleeping and always being the first to go to bed, and you received a monthly allowance. Your late husband told me while he was alive.
Just shut up. We're not talking about me now.
But
anyway, eating premium things is forbidden as a wife. Eat leftovers. Got it?
Sorry. I'll be more mindful from now on.
Great. I'll let you off easy today. I don't want to push it too far and have you hold a grudge. Just make sure you do your chores properly.
Melinda, it's you who did this, right? Can you answer me now? Don't ignore me. This is urgent. Can you explain why you've done this?
What? Don't bother me.
You were at our house again just now, right? Josh is at work and Ian and I were out. That means you're the only one. Can you explain why things are in such a mess?
What's the problem? I'll tell you, it's your fault. You prepared such an extravagant meal. There was even a big cake. You were planning to indulge in all of it by yourself behind my back, weren't you? Seriously, how selfish can you be?
What are you talking about?
I'm the one asking questions here. You as a wife should know your place. While your husband is sweating away at work, you thought it was okay to cook up all those gourmet dishes and eat them by yourself? I won't let you. I left my anger take over and threw away all the food. I ate the delicious-looking cake myself. If you've learned your lesson, you better not do something like this ever again.
Dude, do you know what day it is today?
What did you just call me? Dude? Correct yourself and apologize.
Shut up. I'm asking if you even know what today is.
Oh my God. Are you telling me to shut up? What's today? Why would I care? Is it the day the daughter indulges herself? Or is it the day she talks back?
Neither is right. It's the day of Ian's birthday party.
What?
Ian invited his friends and he was supposed to host his first birthday party. Happy birthday, Ian was written on the cake. Didn't you notice?
Oh, Jesus. You've got to be kidding. Ian's birthday? I had no idea, so I didn't even look at the writing. But it can't be today. I thought it was 3 days later, wasn't it?
You're right. His actual birthday is 3 days from now, but it falls on a weekday. So we planned to celebrate with family on the actual day and then have a birthday party with friends today, Sunday. The two of us have been preparing since yesterday. It's such an important day, so why did you have to come today of all days? While we went out to get a few things at the last minute, you messed up everything. The food and the cake. Moreover, you have the spare key again. The one I took away from you last week. I don't even know how to explain this to his friends. Ian's inconsolable. How could you do this to him?
I had no idea. It's not my fault.
Seriously?
I didn't know anything about a birthday party. You can't expect me to notice the writing on the cake just by glancing at it. It's your fault for not telling me in advance. If something like that was left out on a typical day, anyone would think it's too decadent and want to mess it up.
What the heck?
It's mostly because of your usual arrogant behavior. You keep indulging yourself and neglecting the housework. Your daily actions make me doubt you, not the other way around. If you were a perfect daughter-in-law, I wouldn't have to misunderstand things like that. This is definitely not my fault. It's all because you're a lousy woman. This is your fault.
What the heck? You just pissed me off. This time I'm seriously outraged. Is it too good for me to eat the same things as my husband and son? Is it my fault that my son is crying because of how his mother is treated by his grandmother? Is all of this going to continue as long as you're alive? Well, I don't want a family like this anymore. I'm going to tear it apart.
Wait, what? Tear apart? What's gotten into you? You're not yourself.
I said I was pissed off, didn't I? I've been holding back until now. A meddling mother-in-law who barges into someone else's home and causes trouble. Not to mention a husband who readily returns the spare key even after I take it away from her. Both are guilty. I'm going back to my family on the premise that we get a divorce.
What on earth? Divorce? Hold on, Beth. What are you saying? I won't allow a divorce. You're married into this family. It's practically the same as cutting ties with your own. Going back is not allowed.
Shut your butthole.
Jesus!
Don't you dare order me around. Who the heck do you think you are? Are you so important that you can give me orders? I've been quiet because you're my husband's mother, but you've been acting all high and mighty. You're just a self-important and nasty woman.
What the? A nasty woman? Wait, what's so nasty about me? You're the one who's bad-mouthing me, so you're the nasty one.
I've been holding back from saying this, but I'll say it now. You might think you can look down on me because I'm your son's wife and am quiet. But in the past, I was the type to act with my fists, not my words. If you weren't my husband's mother, I wouldn't bother trying to please a nasty, rotten personality like yours.
Rotten? Me?
Obviously you. To be honest, ever since we first met, I've been constantly put down by you. I've despised you to the point of making myself sick. But because you're my in-law, I tried to respect you and endure it. You're good to Josh and you dote on Ian. So even though our personalities don't match, I tried to build a good relationship. Even when you invaded our home without permission, criticized my cooking, and stole our food, I endured all without getting angry or resorting to violence.
Violence? Don't say such a terrible thing.
I'm not just bluffing, you know. There were so many times I wanted to lose it and slap you. But every time I thought of Josh and Ian and endured it. And now, what have you done? You ruined your grandson's birthday and still have the nerve to blame it all on me? You made my son cry and you don't even show any remorse? On the contrary, you're blaming me for everything. Do you even have any sense at all?
Oh God, but you're talking about divorce. Isn't it going too far?
Huh? Come again? Are you still mocking me at this point?
No way, it's not like that. I'm sorry. I ate Ian's birthday cake. My fault, okay? Will you forgive me now?
Are you serious? You destroyed his first ever birthday party with friends. You're just sorry for eating his cake? Asking for my forgiveness just like that? Can't you even own up a proper apology? God darn it.
I sincerely apologize for everything.
You can't even apologize properly unless you're told, huh? How old are you, for Christ's sake? Aren't you a bit too old for that kind of behavior? Ian is more sensible than you know. Never mind. I'm taking him back to my parents' place today.
Wait, no way. I apologized, didn't I?
Huh? I didn't say that it would change anything. After all you've done, do you really think a simple apology will suffice? Sorry and it's all good? This isn't some minor squabble. At the very least, unless I take back the spare key forever, divorce is guaranteed. Even if we try to reconcile, the moment you set foot in our house again, it's an instant divorce. And if Josh refuses to take back the key, it's an instant divorce as well. I have no intention of compromising further, and I won't come back.
Oh no. Josh will be devastated.
So what? Tell that your delusional, clueless son. By the way, tell him to clean up this mess in the house too. Got it?
Wait, please, Beth. Don't decide on a divorce alone and let's talk it through. This one-sided decision is unacceptable.
Did I ask you for your opinion? Are you going to tell that betrayer who can't even protect his wife and child or not? Which is it? Answer me.
I will. I'll make sure to pass the messages to Josh. So please, sit on the divorce.
Just don't lie or embellish anything. Tell the plain truth, okay? Don't expect to see your grandchild again if there's even a single lie. Now we're going to redo the birthday party. Don't you dare interfere.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I comforted Ian, who was still wailing, and apologized profusely to his friends and their moms. We decided to redo the birthday party at a nearby private room in a restaurant. Thanks to the friends and moms who livened up the party, Ian cheered up in no time. We managed to turn it into a happy memory, which was a huge relief. On the same day, I packed our things and moved it to my parents' house. In the evening, Josh sent me several apologies, but they were all irritating, with excuses like Mom had her reasons. I'll buy a cake, please come back. And if you grow up and apologize to Mom, everything will be fine. So I chose to repeat. I don't know, I'm not coming back, and I won't apologize. My decision to divorce was set. I'm tired of dealing with that airhead who has absolutely no idea what he did wrong. I've completely given up on the mother and son, and I'm talking to a lawyer now. It's a lot of work and challenge, but I want to do my best to ensure my son and I can find happiness.
Honey, sorry for being late. I just arrived at the station. Can you pick me up?
Welcome back, babe. I can't pick you up, so can you find your own way? Jackson is asleep, you know?
Yes. It's already quite late. Yeah, I got it. I have a lot of souvenirs from the trip for you guys. Hon, what's going on? The key doesn't work. Honey, please respond. I can't get into the apartment.
Oh, have you arrived? You must be tired.
Yeah, I'm here. What's with changing the locks? Hurry and open the door.
No, I can't.
Why?
Jackson and I are not there anymore.
What? Stop messing around and open up. Hey, what's happening?
We moved out. The contract is already cancelled. The landlord must have changed the locks.
Moved out? What's going on? I don't get it. I can't believe you planned such a prank while I was on a trip with my friends. Anyway, tell me the new address. I'll come over right away.
No, it's not a prank, and I won't tell you where we are now. I moved to get away from you.
What the heck? Why?
There's no point in beating around the bush, so I'll be blunt. You're cheating on me, aren't you?
What? No, I'm not.
Given the situation, your response just rolled off your tongue so easily. You still don't understand your position.
What's my position?
All the evidence is already gathered, so brace yourself. Otherwise, I wouldn't have moved out like this.
Huh? I don't get it.
You went on a trip with your boyfriend. He's the husband of Mrs. Hogan, who lives next door. You started the affair 6 months ago. Furthermore, there's proof of neglecting Jackson. With all this evidence, do you still plan to play innocent? I believe your boyfriend is supposed to return a few trains later, right? He should be arriving soon.
No way. Well, it's not what you think. There's a misunderstanding.
Oh, by the way, I've moved all your stuff to his place.
Huh? What were you thinking?
Well, his wife and son are no longer there, so there's no problem, right?
No problem? Wait, what do you mean they're not there?
Their apartment is under his name, so the wife left with their son.
Huh?
You still don't get it? Mrs. Hogan also knows about the affair. It's too late to deny it now.
No.
You've severed ties with your family, so I thought it'd be easier if I moved out for the divorce negotiations.
Divorce?
2 cheaters. Just wait there and get ready.
Hold on. What about Jackson? He's only 4 years old. He needs his mother at this age. If you go through with this divorce on your terms, it's going to be so hard on him.
Hard on him? How dare you? You have been neglecting him.
I never did.
For the past 6 months, you've been making up excuses to leave him with your mommy friend. And during that time, you've been shacked up with your boyfriend in a hotel. It's all clearly written in the private investigator's report. Do you think Jackson should be left with a woman like you?
Oh, God. Please, at least let me see him once. He loves his mom so much. It's going to be tough for him if we're suddenly separated.
How long ago are you talking about? He's become more attached to me over these past 6 months, you know? At first I was just happy, but deep down he realized something was wrong with his mother, and he started seeking my help. When I realized that, it really tore me apart. The person he should be able to trust the most had abandoned him and treated him like a stranger.
That can't be true. He must be crying for his mom every night.
Oh yeah? It's the 3rd day since he's been here with me, and I haven't heard him cry out for you. He's been sleeping soundly every night, especially when I'm next to him.
You're lying.
Anyway, we're getting a divorce. I'll be seeking alimony. Of course, I'll have sole custody of Jackson. Got it?
No way.
You'll be served soon. Make sure to go through the details.
I talked to my boyfriend just now. We've just broken up. Let's go back to being a happy family like before. Please, tell me where you've moved.
It's too late. Tomorrow a lawyer will be there with Mrs. Hogan. Don't even think about running away. Next to April, Mr. Hogan was also chatting with his wife. She sent me screenshots of their conversations. After seeing both sets of messages, I couldn't help but imagine their frantic reactions, which added a strange sense of realism to the situation, making me chuckle bitterly. We demanded alimony and child support from them, and 2 weeks later 2 sets of divorce were filed. Each of us got temporary custody of our children. April and Mr. Hogan was still living in his apartment, but he apparently embezzled money from work, which led to him losing his job. He's currently job hunting. April used to be a stay-at-home mom, but now she's working to make ends meet. With the alimony and child support payments coming up, she's working her butt off to save and is struggling to get by.
Kane! Hey there! I heard the news. Why didn't you tell me?
Hey, Nicole? Tell you what?
There's only one thing. You're getting married?
Oh, yeah. Did you hear it from my mom?
Yeah, I did. She told me. She said you brought your fiancé to say hi on the day I was on vacation.
Oh, I thought it was strange I didn't see you there. You weren't there, so it was pretty hard to tell you. Well, it seems you heard the rumor and found out on your own without me telling you. You've always been quick to catch on to rumors, haven't you?
Because, you know, my childhood friend Kane is getting married. Of course I'm curious. So I guess you said you're going to start preparing for the wedding.
Yeah, we haven't finalized the details yet though. I'm hoping by the end of the year if possible.
I see. Well then, the wedding should cost at least $100,000.
What? $100,000?
Yeah. Of course, the wedding dress has to be custom made. At least 5 bridesmaids. The food should be the highest grade available at the wedding venue. And make sure the ceremony is elaborate. You could even invite a professional comedian. Oh, and don't be stingy with the gifts to the guests. And inviting 300 guests would be great too.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? Why are you talking like you're the one I'm marrying? You're not my bride. There's no way I could do such a fancy wedding. I'm just an ordinary salesman.
No, what do you mean? This is the minimum level of quality every woman wants, right?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, common sense. That's right. If a man doesn't have that much financial means, then you're a well-paid man working for a major company. The groom has to read deeply into the bride's true feelings and clear it with her.
You think so? I think she and I get along well enough to be honest with each other. She didn't want a wedding like you're talking about.
That means she's just being nice and holding back.
Is that so?
That's right. I'm a woman and I understand emotions. So I suggest you ask your fiancé one more time to make sure you're asking her right. Tell her to try to be honest with you about what she really wants in the quality of the wedding.
Sure, I work for a big company, but $100,000 for just the ceremony alone is a bit much. And after that, you want to spend money on a wedding trip, honeymoon, your own home, etc. That's what she said too.
It's a girl's once-in-a-lifetime big day, so even if it's a little overwhelming, it should be a gorgeous ceremony. I hope you won't waste your childhood friend's valuable advice.
Well, we're planning to talk about a lot of things. I'll check it out then.
Yeah, you should definitely check it out.
Oh, sorry, I have to go.
Okay, see you later.
Okay, see you later.
Jude? Hey, reply. Don't ignore me. I don't care how long it's been. You'd better hurry up and answer me. Jude! Hi, Nicole. You really are slow. I'm sorry, I left my phone at the bottom of my bag. Don't give me excuses. I heard you're getting married. What? Not what. I already know about it. Answer honestly. Yes, we're getting married before the end of the year. How do you know that? I have a network of contacts that you don't know about, retard. Tell your fiancé it's going to be a $100,000 wedding. What? Why? Don't pry into every little detail. If I tell you to do it, you do it. Don't mess with the queen bee, you introvert. Oh no. In the first place, you have nothing to do with my wedding, right? No matter how much money I spend, you won't be able to see it. Huh? Don't tell me you weren't going to invite me to your wedding. Well, it's just that I'm only inviting my family and close friends to the ceremony. I'm sorry, but I wasn't going to invite you. That's a problem. Problem? I don't care. Just do as I say. 1, the wedding dress will be custom made. 2, at least 5 bridesmaids. 3, choose the highest grade of food at the wedding venue. 4, make the ceremony elaborate. 5, invite entertainers for entertainment. 6, don't be stingy with the gifts. 7. Invite more than 300 guests. And 8. Spend at least $100,000 for the wedding. What's going on here? This is what you should tell your fiancé when he asks you what you want for the wedding. Don't be absurd. We don't think it's realistic to spend a lot of money on a wedding. We'd rather use the money for the rest of our lives or save it for the future rather than for a wedding. The money and the wedding are ours, so there is no reason for you to be involved. Huh? Are you defying me? You got some nerve. You still say stuff like that. Huh? I feel sorry for you. You feel sorry for me? Me? No, no, no. I don't want to hear that from someone who's plain, introverted, ugly, and poor like you. What are you saying to someone like me who is shining at the peak of extroversion? I may be plain, and my family's circumstances might not be the most affluent, but I have a man who loves me the way I am. He said we should be happy together. Please don't get in my way. I can finally be happy. Yes, yes, yes. I don't care about flowery words. If you don't do as I say, I'll play with you again, just like we did back then. No, don't say that. Then you'd better demand your fiancé to do exactly as I say. If you disobey me, you know what will happen. Kane, oh my God! Your bride has canceled the wedding.
Huh? Cancelled?
I was so excited about the wedding that I couldn't sleep, so I came early. There's a big fuss about the bride not showing up. Brides have to arrive very early to get ready, don't they? Your bride is late. She's not answering the phone.
Huh?
So, I went to her apartment to check on her. A guy who lives in the building saw her get into a car with a guy. Apparently an ex-boyfriend? Or an affair? Maybe she ran off with an ex-boyfriend or a lover or something? Everyone's all in an uproar. Didn't the wedding hall just contact you two? Poor Kane, betrayed by his bride on your wedding day.
No,
Just dump the tramp already. So Kane, actually, I've been in love with you for a long time.
Huh?
I know it's not fair of me to confess my feelings at a time like this, but I can't leave you alone after you got hurt. So I'll be your bride.
Huh? What are you talking about? You're not my bride.
There's no need to be shy. Since we're here, let's continue with the wedding. I've switched brides. Okay, that cheating bitch isn't coming. Well, now that's decided, we need to get ready right away. I'm pretty sure it's a custom-made wedding dress. Oh, even though it happened this way, I never thought the day would come when I could marry you, the guy I've always loved.
You know what?
What is it?
What have you been rambling on about? The bride canceled the wedding? You're changing brides? I'm busy. If you're pranking me, you'll have to think about the timing.
No, it's not a prank. It's true that the bride canceled. The wedding will be a mess if we don't do something. That's why I'm going to be the bride.
She's here, and she's getting married with me in Hawaii.
Huh? Hawaii?
Yeah, Hawaii.
It's not a ceremony at the Star Hotel in LA?
No, it's not. We decided on a Hawaii wedding, just for our relatives.
What?
We're planning to rent out a restaurant and have a reception when we get back home.
Wait a minute. What about the $100,000 wedding? What happened to the promise of 300 guests?
Oh, you were talking about that before. I reconfirmed my wife's wishes, and we've decided that the Hawaiian wedding is the way to go. We found a wedding plan that was well within our budget, so here we are in Hawaii.
No way! You're the one who's gonna have to stop with the prank, aren't you?
Why?
Because Jude, the bride, is actually missing, and there's a lot of commotion over here.
Jude?
There's no way you can have the wedding.
The person I'm getting married to isn't Jude. What are you talking about?
What?
Here it is.
Huh? Her?
A picture taken by the photographer just now. My bride is this girl.
This person. It's Mary.
Yes, she was one of our seniors, the student body president at the time. We met again when we started working at the same place, and we've been dating ever since. So she's my bride.
What? Jude's not the one you're marrying?
No, but why are you talking about Jude?
Because you've been dating Jude since high school.
Huh?
That's why I was waiting for the day you and Jude would break up. But then you started talking about getting married. I liked you first. I can't believe you passed me by, a cute, cheerful girl, to marry such a gloomy, plain girl. I!
No, Jude and I were just the club president and the vice president, so we just happened to be around each other a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jude had a college boyfriend back then.
No way! A college boyfriend for such a plain girl? There's no way!
Wait a minute. Now I remember. I remember hearing from someone that Jude was getting married around the same time as me. Don't tell me you did something to Jude.
No?
You did something to Jude. Something that could ruin Jude's wedding.
You know what?
I'm going to call some people now. If you think that you've done something wrong, you tell Jude's family the truth right away.
Kane? Help!
What?
What should I do? I've been sued for damages. They want me to pay for the wedding cancellation too. I can't pay $40,000. What am I going to do?
It's from Jude, isn't it?
That's right. She said she had to cancel the wedding because of me. It was Jude who canceled the ceremony. Why do I have to pay for it?
It's your fault they had to cancel. You have no choice but to pay.
What?
It's the result of your misunderstanding and assumptions. And you didn't even check anything. Moreover, you were planning to hijack the wedding from the beginning, weren't you? That's why you were pushing Jude and I about a $100,000 wedding. Totally, you're in the wrong here, aren't you?
But...
But. I was in Hawaii, so all I could do was contact people I knew. Jude was taken away in the morning by you. She was locked up in your shed until almost noon when everyone was out for the day. Furthermore, I heard that you ran away from the wedding venue instead of apologizing. Jude had her precious wedding ceremony ruined. And considering how painful it must have been for her to be treated in such a terrible way, I don't think you could be more grateful paying $40,000 to get it over with.
So, I don't have that kind of money. I was wrong, yes, but I can't pay $40,000.
Then you're going to have to go to the police.
The police?
That's what you did to Jude.
So what's the big deal? They're going to have another wedding later. And I think that's enough.
I can't believe the words big deal came out of your mouth. You're trash.
I don't care what you say. I just wanted to marry you. I couldn't let another woman marry you, especially a clueless girl like Jude. That's why I tried to be your bride.
Then why didn't you just tell me? I wouldn't go out with a woman like you, even if heaven and earth were to turn upside down. Jude is not my wife, but she is my friend. I don't want someone who would ruin someone else's wedding as a friend, even if I knew her from childhood.
Oh, Kane.
I no longer know you.
What?
I don't know what someone like you would do to my wife.
No, wait!
Don't ever let me see your face again.
Oh, please, wait!
My mother told me what happened after that. Nicole was so in despair about paying the $40,000 and other fees that she shut herself away in her room. So her parents took over the payments. Of course, this is not the end of the story. Her parents said that they only temporarily paid the $40,000 in her place. They moved out because they were worried about their neighbors' prying eyes. But Nicole moved to another place. I don't know the details, but I heard that she was hired as a live-in worker at a sweatshop that was always short of workers. While working there, she is living in extreme poverty, using most of her salary to pay back her parents. Now, I just hope that she will become a true human being who can understand her own sins.
So, starting today, I've decided to live with you guys. Excuse me? Sorry, I don't get it. Come pick up my stuff right now. Don't refuse me. You're my daughter-in-law, and I'm your mother-in-law. Be here within an hour. I'd love to pick your brain about this, but I'm at work right now. Work is more important than me, huh? I'm telling you to come. Daughter-in-law, you should prioritize and obey what I say above all else. Your sudden request is just too inconvenient for me. I'm letting you live with me. You'll be the luckiest daughter-in-law in the entire country. I never heard anything about us living together. No need to tell you. Everything goes my way. You're the daughter-in-law, and I'm the mother-in-law. I'm like your parent. Wait, are parents supposed to be like all-powerful gods or something? Are you from a different world? It's very different from the present-day norm. Aren't you living with Davy's family at your home anyway? Right, but I'm not an old-fashioned mother who only dotes on her eldest son. So just be quiet and come and get my things. You have no right to oppose me. You're not in the position to speak with such arrogance. Seriously? What you're saying is kind of outdated, isn't it? People who really say things like, your mother-in-law's orders are absolute, still exist nowadays, huh? I thought it was just a story from some Asian countries. What are you blubbering about? Are you trying to defy me? Anyway, I've already made up my mind. Come get my stuff right away. That's it. Please don't wrap this conversation up on your own. Anyway, it's impossible for me today. I'm out of town for work, so I'll be home late too. You'll be late? Then what about dinner for Tobias? He can make dinner tonight. He's getting home early. He's cooking? Unbelievable! That's unthinkable! Huh? He's terrific, you know, especially with Italian cuisine. I can't compete with that. That's not my point. You are making him cook. That's just not right at all. This is unbelievable that you, as a wife, don't even prepare dinner. I see that you require quite a bit of education. We really need to start living together right away. It's the duty of the mother-in-law to educate the daughter-in-law after all. What's with this sense of mission? Do you have savior syndrome? In this day and age, it's common sense for dual-income couples to share household chores. The idea that housework is solely the woman's responsibility is outdated. My room would be the biggest one with a TV and AC, okay? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. That's the living room, by the way. Please don't try to occupy it. Then, which room is going to be mine? It's a one-bedroom apartment, you know. We only have our bedroom left. What? So we'll sleep 3 in a row like sardines? I refuse. I refuse too. Seriously? Why are you living in such a small apartment when you both work? If it's just us, this place is more than sufficient. We even have a parking space. There's no reason for you to complain. Then, what about my room? We have never considered living together. We never talked about it when we got married, did we? Instead, you said not to rely on you as the second son, right? And now, suddenly, you want to move in with us? It's nothing but trouble. Wasn't it a plan not to live with the second son? Did I say something like that? Oh, maybe I'm getting old. Don't use your age to your advantage. Anyway, you get to live with me, so you're secretly happy, aren't you? Oh, are you guarding your emotions for some reason? How can you be so optimistic? So, if I'm moving, I'll need money for various things, you know. Can you transfer $5,000 today for the time being? That's quite an amount for the time being. I'm doing this for you guys, so isn't it only fair? Living in a small apartment with just the 2 of you and no kids, you must have extra money, right? You should be happy to give that much. I never asked you to move in. Our financial matters are none of your business. I'll help out with housework. It's tough being a working couple, right? I'll cook dinner 3 times a week. You can just pay me your monthly salary of $4,000. Excuse me? You want me to hire you? And $4,000 is almost the same as the starting salary for a full-time employee. We are not running a business here, you know. Well, if I do it for free, you'll feel obligated, won't you? If we don't live together, there's no need for that anyway. Whatever you say, I've already decided. So, come pick up my stuff soon. I told you no. What makes you think I can pick you up at this time on a weekday? Fine, then I'll take a taxi. I'll find a van taxi to move the stuff. No way, it's about a 2-hour drive from your place to ours. The fare would be outrageous. You'll pay for it. Of course, that's separate from the $5,000 for moving expenses. Why would I? Anyway, we haven't decided to live together. I'm not paying $5,000. I told you I've already decided. My opinion is law. I won't tolerate any opposition. After all, you're the daughter-in-law and I'm the mother-in-law. You really like using that line, huh? Anyway, it won't work. Besides, even if you come now, there's no one home, so you can't get into the apartment. Even if you refuse, I'll use the spare key. Huh? I've never given it to you, right? Just in case something like this happened, I borrowed your key when I visited last time and made a spare. Well, that's basically a crime. What's wrong with parents having a spare key to their child's house? But more importantly, calling me a criminal is really ill-mannered. I'm going to give you a thorough education from now on, so be prepared. Seriously, stop this. If there's a valid reason for us to live together, we can discuss it later with Tobias. Too bad. I've already called a taxi. Well, tonight is my welcome party, so get ready for it. How about getting some champagne, huh? Hold on. Don't make decisions on your own. Don't worry. When I get there, I'll do some cleaning for you. As a reward, I'll take your gold bar. You know I won't give it to you. I mean, wait, I thought you asked for a salary before. Well, I won't be giving you any salary either. I know where you hide it. You've been snooping around, huh? Don't touch it. Starting today, I'll take care of the household finances too. Trust me, I've got 35 years of experience as a homemaker. Seriously, stop being so intrusive. I'm in the neighboring town right now. I'll be there in about 30 minutes. Are you trying to reenact when a stranger calls? A psychopath isn't welcome here. You have no choice but to accept the reality. Well, time for some education. All right then. By the way, the door is unlocked. What's this? Did you come back suddenly for my sake? If that's the case, you should have just picked me up. The taxi fare is already around $200, so be ready to cover it. Well, I assume you have that much. I came all the way here for you. Why do I have to pay for it? In fact, you should be grateful and give me an extra. I don't even feel like arguing anymore. Right. It's pointless to go against me. After all, you're the daughter-in-law and I'm the mother-in-law. I'm tired of hearing that, by the way. Also, I've got a lot of stuff, so you'll be the one to carry it. Sounds like you do have a lot of stuff. You even brought the ATM cards and credit cards of David and his wife, and they're safe, right? Huh? What are you talking about? You suddenly came up with the idea of living together, so I suspected something was up. You've come running away from your family, haven't you? You've been using not only your husband's savings, but also David's and his wife's. You pretty much had free reign, right? And now you can't stay there, so you're seeking refuge at our house. I wasn't kicked out. Besides, managing the household finances is the job of a homemaker like me. It's my choice how I use the savings. They were causing such a fuss about it, so I left them. I bet they're in chaos now, with no one to manage the household. I mean, you spent almost $100,000 in a year, right? That's impressive. And when they found out about that, you took all the remaining savings. It's so over the top that I couldn't help but laugh a bit. I've been in charge of managing the family finances for a long time. Their money is basically mine too. What's wrong with me using it as I please? Your savings are also under my management. So, it's only natural for me to use them as a reward. Wow, that's quite a statement. I can relate to none of it. What did you spend such a large sum on? Want to know? It's kind of scary. If you cooperate with me, I might tell you. Cooperate? For now, prepare $5,000. Then I'll tell you. If that's the case, I'll pass. I'm not interested. Hey, listen! It's a chance to become rich. By depositing $50,000 every 6 months for 3 years, you'll get back 10 times that. I've already deposited twice, but I'm short by $5,000 for the third one next month. I still don't quite get what you are saying, but it sounds vaguely familiar. Oh, you've heard about it too? In that case, let's seize the opportunity to make a fortune together. So, if you pay $50,000 every 6 months over 3 years, you'll get 10 times that back. In other words, you'll get $3 million. I've got a rosy retirement waiting for me. Once I have $3 million, maybe I'll even buy a luxury condo and leave Sam. There's no way that's true. Oh, I remember where I heard it. You should really consider getting the money back. Your understanding is truly disappointing. Money doesn't magically multiply without conditions, you know. If you can't pay every year, they confiscate the full amount and you can't cancel it midway. Huh? What do you mean by confiscate? The company that does this is called Muscle Hustle, right? Yeah. It was in the news recently, you know. It was said that the fraud group was targeting elderly people and using various methods to collect money. What? No way! What are you talking about? Unfortunately, it's true. There are a significant number of victims, and recovering the lost fund is difficult. So, Sam and David's savings had all gone there, huh? It clearly sounds like a scam, but you fell for it. Wait, it's a scam? What about my $3 million? Forget it. I'd say it's probably in the negative by now. What? No way! Well, for now, keep quiet. If this gets out, it'll be a huge problem. I'm afraid I don't want to become an accessory to theft. So I reported you to someone scarier than the police. Huh? Whatever, it's too late. I've arrived at your apartment. Locking the door won't help. After all, I have a spare key. Oh, the door is probably unlocked, so feel free to enter. But it's not me who's waiting. It's pissed off Sam and David. What? You sold me out? Well, if you're coming to forcefully live with us, it's only natural to consult with your husband, isn't it? So, it was decided to wait in ambush at our place. By the way, Tobias gave a spare key to David. Oh, and I've taken screenshots of all these messages and sent them to Sam. I even enlarged and highlighted the part that says, "Buy a luxury condo and leave Sam." Stop it! I've already sent it. It's too late now. Delete it before he reads it. There's already a double swash. He's probably pretty upset. Usually he responds with funny gifs, but all I got was, "I understand. Thank you." Darn it! Oh my God, he's coming out! Hey, please help! Help me! Well, take as much time as you need. I actually wanted to observe, but I'm at work. Good luck! Wait! Help me! Please! Tamara was caught by her husband Sam and eldest son David. While it's true that she fell victim to a scam, her decision to spend the money without telling anyone and then attempt to take out all the remaining savings left both of them furious. Ultimately, even though she's almost 60, she's working multiple part-time jobs and has her entire salary confiscated. She's also responsible for all the household chores, and it's turned into a nightmare of a life for her. I'm moving in with you guys from now on. The south-facing room will be mine. Make sure to clean and prepare it. What do you say? I'm sorry? The response should be certainly, right? Seriously, you're really dim-witted, girl. I'm saying that you get to live with me. Be grateful. Who's this? What are you asking your mother? My mom's already crossed the bridge. Is this a scam or something? I'm the mother of Winston, your husband. I raised him. What? Really? Is this really Vanessa? What's with that reaction? There's no fake. You are the legendary Vanessa who ran off with her boyfriend right before our wedding. Well, it's surprising to receive a message from the real deal. Oh, by the way, nice hearing from you. I've heard rumors about how incredibly insane you are. I'm trembling to chat with someone who's cautioned as if we deal with a wild beast in the family. We met during the family introduction, right? What's with that tone towards your mother? You're not my mother. Winston says he doesn't have one either. He couldn't possibly say something like that. He says a lot like rapping rhymes. I see. He must be in shock because he was a mama's boy. Not really. He was mad, but it didn't seem like he was in too much shock. In fact, he was more concerned about me getting bullied by you. He and George said it might have been better this way. You're quite bold for a daughter-in-law. You need some education. Once I move in, I'll make sure to instill proper manners into you. Oh, you're already showing signs of bullying. Just as I heard, you're a terrifying person. But I don't really want to hear about manners from someone who left their son and husband to elope. Perhaps should I educate you? How audacious! Anyway, I'm moving in today. The house you are all living in was originally mine. Not quite. It belongs to George, your ex-husband. You just settled in here like a termite or something. How far will you go to insult a mother? I'm sorry. It's just that Winston and George always say such things. It's really infuriating. You'll regret it later on, you know. How? We'll never meet again. I told you we are going to live together from today. I'll make sure to educate you properly as my daughter-in-law, so brace yourself. I won't go easy on you, no matter how much you cry and apologize. Living together? Are you serious about that? It's not happening, you know. You'll just get a water cannon from Winston and be kicked out. You won't even set foot inside our house. Once he actually faces me, he'll have to accept living together. After all, I'm his mother. There's no son who would reject his own mother. I raised him, you know. There should be some gratitude. I've already told you that he said he doesn't have a mother. Do you really want to listen to his rap? It's full of disses. You'd be shocked. I don't believe he would say anything bad about me. He's my son. You're such a difficult daughter-in-law. I didn't like you from the moment I saw you. You seem gloomy and don't really suit him. It doesn't matter if I'm not liked by you. You're just a stranger. I've been your mother from the moment you guys married, so listen to me. Geez, you're getting carried away just because I've been absent. I'm definitely not. But it's amazing that you left the way you did, and now you want to come back. You have such serious nerves. I do respect your resilience. People like you don't seem to feel stress in their relationships. But the people around them are pushed to the limit. I'm just coming back to my home. For a daughter-in-law to act like she owns the place and stays there, that's thick-skinned. Oh, it's an honor to be called that by the legendary Vanessa. This house is already Winston's. We even did some renovations. George didn't want to disturb the newlyweds, so he moved to another place nearby. It's the same thing as I'm his mother, after all. I'm his wife. Is there any reason for the wife to be able to stay and the mother to be kicked out? Then why don't you ask him directly? It seems like he's embarrassed about this reunion and he's not responding. He could be stubborn, you know. You're probably blocked. He's a blocking maniac. Even on X, he actively searches for Drake haters to block them. It seems he doesn't want any unpleasant presence in his sight. Drake? What's that? He's a rapper he loves. You don't know that even though there are posters all over the room. I don't really get it, but there's no way I'd be an unpleasant presence. At least you're not an amusing presence. I wouldn't want to keep you in my sight if I could. Chatting with you is hopeless. Anyway, I'm going to your place now. I've already packed my things. We're both working, so we won't be there. You won't be allowed in even if we are there. That's rather convenient. I'll get the move done now. Oh, it's been a while since I've been home. The move is completed. It looks so much better after the renovation. Huh? Did you go in without permission? Good thing I still have the key just in case. I'm pretty sure we changed the locks. Well, the front door lock was differently changed. I was a bit panicked. But the back door lock is still the same. You didn't think that through. True, we hardly used it, so it was an oversight. You're crafty. Nothing to do with that, but it's just common sense. You guys can't beat me after all. I'm already inside, so I win. So, you're seriously moving in? My favorite room on the first floor has a completely different vibe now. It's not bad, though. I took out all the stuff in this room for now. Hey, don't just do whatever you want. This was originally my room. What I do with it is up to me. Geez, it's not your room anymore. Please don't do anything crazy. By the way, there's very little stuff here. It was so spacious for just the two of you, don't you think? You should live with me after all. There's a lot of dust on the floor. You haven't even cleaned the house properly. It's proof that you are not a competent wife. You are all talk and no action. I'll have to educate you from scratch. Anyway, please put the stuff back. It's gonna be a problem if you don't. What? Do you think you're threatening me? Do you really believe that's gonna work? Now that I'm back, you won't be able to do whatever you like. But you're the one who's doing whatever you want. Honestly, it's better for you to leave while you can. I'm not going anywhere. The daughter-in-law doesn't have the right to refuse. Well, then do whatever you want. I've given you a warning. It's not my concern if anything happens. Well then, I'll be here to educate you from today. Make sure you come back early to prepare dinner. Alright, I'll be back around 5. I feel like having some meat tonight. Get me the finest marbled beef. I don't eat chicken or pork. What have you done? You better explain this. Explain what? Why does my brother-in-law come back to this house? I got yelled at out of nowhere. I don't like him. It's obvious, isn't it? You ran away with another man, betraying his brother. They're very close, you know. In fact, he was even more furious with you than the gentle George. But why is he here in this house? Did you deceive me? Deceive you? Why is he at your house? Did you guys call him over to set me up? He almost kicked down the bathroom door. Do something. He and his family will move in there from next week. They've been bringing their stuff little by little, and they plan to come today too. What are you talking about? We're moving away because Winston's being transferred. We're planning to return in about 3 years, but it seems like a waste to leave the house empty after the renovation. So we thought his family could live there during that time. Huh? If that was the case, you should have told me earlier. You lied to me. I just didn't tell you, but that doesn't mean I lied. It's not fair to say I deceived you, is it? When I asked him for advice, he told me to keep quiet. He said he has plenty of things to discuss with you. I have nothing to say to him. So, the stuff you took out were his belongings. You didn't handle them roughly, did you? I didn't know, and they were in the way. So I tossed them out the window into the yard. Oh, geez, he collects antiques. This could be bad, you know. Expensive vases and dishes. He might not take it lightly. It's because you didn't tell me. It's your fault. You have to fix this. You are responsible for compensating him. It's not my fault. Then why don't you tell him all of this? It's not a situation where we can talk properly. Just come back quickly. He wants to have a nice chat with you alone today. Winston and I will stay with George. We won't be having a nice talk. Please, I'm begging you, come back. No way. After we move, we won't be able to come back for a while. So we're spending some quality time with George today. Also, Winston's rapping, Vanny's face, no way race. If you're moving, then I'm coming with you too. No, thank you. We are definitely not telling you where we're going. If we did, you'd definitely come over, right? I would like to avoid that. Don't say that. How can you leave your elderly mother behind? Are you both that heartless? We don't consider you as such. Besides, you left on your own accord, right? You probably got dumped by the guy you ran away with, huh? Don't assume things when you know nothing. I was deceived, you know. I hadn't felt the excitement of being in love for a long time. I thought no matter how old I was, I could still fall in love. I got carried away and went with the flow. I don't know if you're deceived or went with the flow, but honestly, I don't care. You did something irreversible. Don't push me away. Are you really okay with me being left out of the street? Can you really abandon an elderly like me? Oh, right. I need to buy some beef before heading to George's place. A top quality Wagyu would do. It's a celebration for driving you away, a family party. So I'm busy and I'm blocking you now. Oh, come on, help me. Let's eat steak together. I'm not going to let you eat the steak. Your mental state is seriously at stake. Oh, I feel like I'm about to awaken my rapping talents. Amazing! Bravo! Please help me! Seriously? I'm blocking you now. Goodbye, Vanessa. No! After several hours of barricading herself in the bathroom, she eventually gave up and came out. She was captured by her intimidating ex-brother-in-law. He made her sign a document agreeing to pay $20,000 in compensation to George in exchange for not filing a trespassing complaint. Currently, she's juggling multiple part-time jobs to pay it off. She's said to be struggling both physically and financially. She has lost weight and now looks like a somewhat feeble middle-aged woman. Actually, she doesn't have any savings due to the payments, so both her appearance and her finances look rather meager. On the other hand, Winston and I are living a peaceful and happy life at our new location. George is also enjoying life thanks to his best friend, his brother, who moved nearby.
Hey sis, I've decided to take your boyfriend. Mike is mine from today.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
Mike wants to be my boyfriend from today. He's sitting next to me. So, you better back off.
What the hell?
I guess a beautiful woman deserves a man like him, no? Mike is so handsome. More importantly, he's a doctor and rich. He's the perfect boyfriend for me.
Wait a minute. Are you with him right now? Actually, I haven't heard from him since yesterday. Don't tell me you guys have been together since yesterday.
Not just yesterday. We've been together all week. We started living together in Mike's place.
Living together? Mike is my fiancé, and you know that. We promised to get married, and we're planning to have the wedding next year. And you want to steal him from me? What do you mean you've been living together? I don't understand.
I don't care. He said he don't love you anymore, and he wants to be with me.
What?
Well, any guy would choose me. You are just boring, ugly lady. But me, a young, beautiful girl. Of course he'll choose me.
Are you kidding me? Is it true? My own sister stole my fiancé?
I'm sorry, it's so true. An ugly lady like you don't deserve a man like that, you know? He's too good for you. Oh, I have a good idea. I will introduce you a guy for you. A guy who's perfect for you.
No, thanks.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. I know an ugly guy who would be perfect for you. But he's my ex-boyfriend.
The hell?
I will introduce my ex-boyfriend, Ronald. You can date him instead. He's ugly and not my type at all. But he has money. He's an elite, works for a big company. His paycheck is so huge. I was with him because of the money, but I don't need him anymore.
You were in a relationship? Then you stole your sister's boyfriend. And you're talking about your ex-boyfriend like that. You guys are such assholes.
It's none of your business, sis. I mean, I've never seen him as anything but an ATM. There's a guy with more money and better looking than Ronald. Are you kidding? Of course I will leave him.
I feel sorry for your ex, who I've never met. It must be painful for him.
If you feel sorry for him, go comfort him, sis. I mean, why don't you just marry him? You two are perfect for each other.
What?
I heard from Mike. You want to have kids soon, right? And just when you were about to get married, I stole him away. Even if you rush to find another man now, you are already 30 years old. No man would marry such an old woman and have children with her. So, why don't you just marry my ex-boyfriend?
Wow. Thanks for the great advice. You are the one who ruined my marriage. I never thought you would be so kind to worry about me.
Sis, you are so sarcastic. I'm giving up my ex-boyfriend so your doctor fiancé can be mine. If we trade our boyfriends, there will be no problem.
Fine. I will marry him.
What? Really? Wow, I can't believe my serious sister would take my crazy idea. Well, why not? I will give my ex number later.
Hi, I'm Ronald, Claire's ex-boyfriend. Is it true that you want to marry me? Claire told me to message you. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm sorry about my stupid sister. I can't believe she was dating my fiancé when she was dating you. No, it's not your fault at all. You don't have to apologize. Besides, I know she wanted to be with me because of the money. I knew this would happen one day, but I never thought you would ask me to go out with me. You're kidding, right? I'm not joking. I'm serious. What? I'm sorry, I was joking. It just came out in the heat of the moment. I was so angry at my sister's attitude. I was also shocked by his cheating and my head was all messed up. So, I told her that I was going to marry you. I just wanted to get married and be happy. Oh, I see. But I understand how you feel. I want to be happy and forget about those two as soon as possible. Oh, you feel the same way too. I'm also desperate to forget everything. They say the only way to forget a broken heart is to find another love. That's why I've been going to a lot of speed dating events recently, but it's not working at all.
But it's great that you're moving forward. I want to get married and have kids soon too. So I have to do something too.
You want to have kids that soon?
Actually, I've dreamed of being a mother since I was a kid. I want to have a child and have a fun and loving family.
Me too. I've dreamed of being a father since I was a little too. I wanted to be father who can gently support a wife and children. But when I said that at speed dating event, I got a lot of criticism and they said, "Too serious. He's the type of the guy who just wants to have kid and will not help at house."
What? I don't think it's true. Ronald, your dream is wonderful.
No one said that. Hey, Haley, if you don't mind, will you marry me?
What?
I know it's too soon, like really soon. How about, will you be my girlfriend? I've never met anyone who has such close value in marriage. We were both got hurt by ex, but maybe it was a fate for us to meet.
Yeah, maybe that's true. And we're both looking for our next partner.
I know I was dating your sister, but we even never hold hands. After all, I was just an ADM and we haven't done anything as a couple.
Really?
I love her so much, so I never did such a thing that she never wanted. And she never wanted to be touched. Even we go out, she always has excuses, like she don't feel good or something. We haven't done anything at all. We haven't even stayed a night together.
That's how she treated you? But on the other side, maybe it's a good thing. If that's the case, we can have better relationship together.
You think? Well, how about we go out together soon? I know it's kind of weird that it will be our first meeting after asking you to be my girlfriend.
Well, that's true. But I can tell that you're a genuine person through text. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Ronald.
Sis, you are crazy! You seriously dated my ex-boyfriend. And it's hilarious that you got married. I couldn't stop laughing when Mom told me.
I told you I will marry him. What's wrong with taking responsibility for what I said?
My stomach really hurts from laughing so much. But I really think you two ugly people are perfect for each other. Oh, but you really need to have a baby soon. I mean, if the parents are ugly, the kids are definitely ugly and I feel bad.
Actually, I'm already pregnant. That's why we're getting married so soon. You know, like shotgun marriage, I guess.
Oh my god! You're already pregnant with an ugly child?
Ronald and I will help each other and be happy. So don't ever get involved with us again. Even if you have a baby, I have no plan to let you meet my kid. I've already explained the situation to my parents, and Ronald doesn't want to see you too.
Okay, do whatever you want. I don't care. But I'll be happier than you, sis. No matter how ugly girl gets married or has kids, she can win against a beautiful woman like me. It's time for me to get married to Mike and live a happy celebrity life.
You're still dating that unfaithful guy?
Of course. How could I miss a handsome and well-paid doctor? I'll marry Mike for sure. And enjoy the celebrity life in the luxury condo of my dreams. That newly built luxury condo near the beach. I'm so excited to think that I'm so close to getting it.
What? Near the beach?
There's a luxury condo with a gym and an aesthetic salon. When I asked Mike if he wanted to live there, he said it's the perfect place for us. I'm sure he's getting ready to buy it right now.
I'm sorry, but the condo is already ours.
Huh?
Besides, it's too late to buy now. I heard that there's no available unit.
What? Wait a minute. Why are you living in the luxury condo? You can live there if you just work for a big company. You two can never afford a place.
Ronald is a son of famous real estate company owner.
Huh?
I mean, he didn't even bought the place. He got it from the big real estate company that manages the condo.
What? That luxury condo? And what do you mean? He's the son of the big real estate company? What the hell are you talking about?
What do you mean? I'm just telling you the truth. His family owns the big real estate company for a long time. I heard that his ancestors were a big landowner.
Really?
And when they built that luxury condo, the management company asked them to sell a part of the land and they cooperated with them in various ways. So in return, they gave him a unit for free.
No. Wait a minute. I've never heard of Ronald's family was that rich. I was dating him, but he never said a word about that to me.
How could you say you were dating him when all you wanted was just his money? That's why he never told you, sis. He thought if he told you, you'd ask for a more expensive gift.
What?
And he's always had a hard time because of his family background. Ronald has quiet face. He's been harassed and mugged a lot. That's why he doesn't talk about his family as much as possible.
You've got to be kidding me. I thought he was just ugly, well-paid man. I thought he just worked for a big company. But that wasn't true? It's not fair.
You're the one being unfair. You compared him with my ex and dumped him.
Shut up. Then, I'm getting married right now too. I won't allow my sister to be the only one living a happy luxury life. I will marry Mike right now too and move into a luxury condo.
What?
Mike is a doctor who makes a lot of money. Mike's family are all doctors and he will eventually take over his family hospital. You think you are rich? His family is rich too, you know? Instead of waiting him, I'm going to propose to Mike.
What? You shouldn't propose to Mike, Claire. If you do that, he will dump you right away.
What? What do you mean? He can marry a beautiful woman like me. Of course he will be happy to say yes.
But he has no desire to get married. So, as soon as you say a word about marriage, he will dump you. And the luxury life will end that day. If you propose to him, it will be end of everything.
What? What do you mean? He don't want to get married?
Actually, Mike changed as soon as he started earning more money. He was a kind person at first, but every time his income increased, the number of times he cheated on me was also increased.
What?
We have been together for 5 years already, and he even got engaged to me, but he said, "I don't want to get married after all. I still want to have fun with many girls." He's so selfish. We were talking about calling off the marriage even though we were engaged at the time.
What? I didn't know that.
I wanted to have a kid soon, and he wanted to postpone the marriage because he don't want to settle. We fought all the times about it. That's when you stole him from me.
Ah, I thought it was easy to get him. So that's how it was.
So, even if you propose him, he will reject you. If you want to be happier than us, you better find another man soon.
No, that's not true. I'm beautiful, unlike my sister. No matter how much a man plays around, he changes when he meets the woman of his dreams. In the end, they want to marry a beautiful woman.
Then, propose to him and you will see.
What should I do, sis? Mike liked me. He said he don't want a woman who talks so much about marriage. He dumped me because he had plenty of other girlfriends. He was seeing someone else.
Any fuckboy would change when he meets his true love. This means you are not his true love. No matter how beautiful you are, you couldn't be his true love.
And he said terrible things about me when we broke up. He said I'm not a pretty girl. He said I'm kinda pretty, but I'm just an ordinary person. He made fun of me, saying I'm nothing like his other girlfriend who is a model.
Oh dear.
So, give back my ex, Ronald.
What?
I'm going to marry him instead. He's ugly, but his family is so rich. I will marry Ronald and live a luxury life.
Ronald is my husband now, and you know that. There's no way he can marry you.
All you have to do is divorce him, sis. Ronald loved me. He loved me enough to give me money, even if he didn't hold hands. I know if I ask him to go out with me, he will come back to me right away. He will dump you in seconds.
No way. The fact that I dated you is like a curse. Don't get involved with us anymore.
What? Is it Ronald?
I was standing next to Haley. How could you think I'd get back together with you?
Why not? Why wouldn't you get back together with me? You love me so much. Besides, I noticed your kindness and deep love for me. Mike was too self-centered and a terrible person. But you're not. You're my precious person.
It's ridiculous. You just realized my kindness and deep love for you? No, you didn't. You already knew and you played me.
What? Hey, Ronald.
You don't even hold hands with me and only begs me for things. I told you I wanted to get married soon, but you always brushed it off. You took advantage of my kindness and deep love for you. How dare you say such a thing?
No, it's not like that.
I did love you, and I thought you were such a beautiful person. I thought if I marry you, I will be happy. But I don't love you anymore. I've realized that beauty isn't just about looks.
Oh no, wait, Ronald.
Forget about me already. I've already started a new life with your sister. There's no way I can get back together with you. This is a choice you made. Don't you ever think that you can control people like that. You have ugly heart, bitch.
Ugly heart, bitch?
Yeah, so ugly. You're a skunk with nothing to offer but your looks. You'll never be happier than us. But good luck with that. Well, don't ever try to involve with us ever again.
After that, we had our first child. Our family are getting along well and living peacefully. Rumor has it that Claire said,
I will definitely be happier than my sister.
and she has been joining speed dating parties from one end to the other. However, Ronald's kindness and her luxury life with Mike, the level of man she is looking for has gone up. No matter how many men she meets, it seems that she has no success at all. By the way, Mike, her fiancé, he is still playing with a lot of girls. But the top of his head is getting bald as he gets older. The number of girls who wants to have fun with him are getting less. He spends more lonely nights alone these days.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.